Alright, we live, we vibe.
NickGaming_DK says, I am a mountain made by human hands, born from a single stone that grew into a staircase for a king. My points aim at the northern sky, guiding a royal soul to become an imperishable star. What am I?
What's up, YouTubes? I am a mountain made by human hands, born from a single stone that grew into a staircase for a king. Well, I've never heard of that. Points aim at the northern sky, guiding a royal soul to become an imperishable star. What am I? That's kind of cool. I don't know, though.
NickGaming_DK says, want a very big hint? Jessica says, IDAC man, all I can think of is a pyramid. NickGaming_DK says at Jesq_, I didn't need a hint. Correct at Jesq_.
Oh.
Jessica says, wow.
Nailed it.
NickGaming_DK says, was about to say you can go to Egypt and see him.
Ah. That would have been a good hint. I probably would have gotten it.
Jessica says, I was sensing a theme, and that seems to fit Lowell. NickGaming_DK
I kind of assumed we weren't doing Egyptian mythology anymore, just because, I don't know, for some reason that all sounded like it wasn't, but it clearly was. I thought you swapped it. All right, we're still on Egyptian. Bro, look at the sky. What even is the sky? How do you get clouds like that? That's a painting.
NickGaming_DK says I can swap it to something else if you would rather want another.
No. Stick with Egypt. I like Egypt. I want to learn more. I mean, all of it's kind of cool, but I thought we swapped.
Jessica says, whatever the exposure is on the back cam makes it look like a fairy tale sky.
Dude, how good is that? Wow. Oh, there's spider webs everywhere. What's up, YouTube? What's going on? My name's Sweaty Pedals. Welcome in. We're cruising around today. We're going to be looking at
Jessica says
Prior Lake
IDD a camera
and
term
Savage.
that probably isn't the right word, lol.
It's part of it, yeah.
Jessica says the coloring of the sky looks fake is what I'm trying to say.
So saturation typically talks about color, but exposure affects saturation. So does contrast.
NickGaming_DK says I am a loop with a handle, a cross with no top. I am held by gods, but craved by mortals. Without me, you are a ghost. With me, you possess the key to eternity. What am I? Trainzerical says, join Sweaty Live 24/7 at https://twitch.tv/sweatypedals.
Thank you.
My head blows up when I'm alone. Inside out, I might explode. I shut my eyes and my mouth and my legs.
Jessica says, Onk?
Why in the world would you hear me when
Oh,
I'm down?
I think you're right,
When I'm down. When I'm down.
Jessica.
When I'm down.
Dude, I really like Oliver Tree. I had no idea. I'm out here adding songs to playlists.
I get lost in and out when you walk in and out. You're my hair in and out. I get stomped in the ground. I'm down. But I'm down.
Jessica says I know some shit about Egypt.
Apparently, look at that.
NickGaming_DK says at Jescu_ding ding ding, you are correct, Mr./Mrs.
But I'm down. When I'm down. When I'm down.
I'm thinking about
My head blows up when I'm alone. Inside out, I might explode.
making it so that whatever song we link to, it finds it on Spotify and puts a link in chat. When people want to know what the song is, it sends you right there so you can add it to a playlist.
When I'm down. When I'm down. When I'm down. When I'm down.
Robo Daddy says Brett's 420 took a screenshot.
Maybe make the website build a playlist of what we've been listening to.
NickGaming_DK says my roots sleep in the dark, slimy mud of the Nile, but my face opens only to look at the sun. When darkness falls, I close and sink back beneath the water, only to rise pristine and clean the next morning. What am I?
Jay Bratz, what's up, dude? Thanks for the screenshots, everybody.
Jessica says I definitely don't know that one.
Oh, dude, it's skinnied up on me here. What the fuck? Turtle Crossing.
NickGaming_DK says, should I just give the answer? Or give it a bit more time?
Let's. The roots in the Nile. The face comes out and faces the sky during the day, but at night you sink below the water, only to arise clean again. I don't know. I don't know. Dude, what is this? Oh, I made it over here. That's kind of cool. Let's go this way.
NickGaming_DK says so. In guessing, just give the answer.
Yeah, let's do that. Because I don't know. I don't know if anyone else does. Or is even like thinking about it.
NickGaming_DK says the sacred lotus flower.
Oh.
Because the blue and white lotus flowers open by day and close by night, the Egyptians associated them with the sun and creation. They symbolized rebirth and regeneration, which is why lotus motifs were painted on everything from mirrors to burial amulets.
Oh. I'm gonna go check out this. So this is a pretty busy highway, and they increased it from like 50 to 55 or 45 to 50. They increased it by 5 miles per hour recently. Damn, this guy made it. I did not. And I'm not going to, I don't think. In a second, I am gonna make it. There's a car coming from the other direction. I wonder if, let's see if there's a different way to get back down and like into City of Savage. So this is still Savage here. We're trying to make it to Prior Lake, but that,
NickGaming_DK says I am a magical rope with no end, tied in a knot at my base. I enclose a name like a protective fortress, shielding it from evil spirits and keeping it safe from being forgotten. What am I?
I have no idea, dude.
NickGaming_DK says at Jescu_, do you have any guesses? NickGaming_DK says, and OFC,
That's
I
funny.
get ads.
So far
Jessica says I'm drawing a blank. I probably know it.
I'm doing my part.
Welcome. Estoy haciendo mi parte.
Dude, it was Casey's birthday like 2 days ago.
I am doing my part.
Corey, what's up, dude? Feeling kind of tired, and I'm wondering if it's just that I'm thirsty.
Nick Gaming underscore DK says still 30 seconds of ad break for me so ill. Write the answer. Then depending on if any new guesses will be made.
All right, dude.
Nick Gaming underscore DK says ads are done.
Welcome back, dude.
Nick Gaming underscore DK says, shall I just write the answer?
Sure. Yeah, I don't think anyone's got it, dude.
Nick Gaming underscore DK says a cartouche.
A cartouche? I've
A
heard these
cartouche
words.
is an oval loop of rope enclosing the hieroglyphs of a pharaoh's name. The Egyptians believed that if your name was completely forgotten, your soul would cease to exist. Enclosing it in a cartouche protected the name from cosmic harm.
Whoa. I've heard that a term before. Let's see if this person stops. Yeah.
Nick_Gaming_DK says I stand tall and frozen in place, a single finger of stone pointing at the heavens. I do not speak, but my shadow tells the people when to work, when to rest, and when the gods demand their prayers. What am I?
I don't even read.
Welcome.
Fingoofs says Stonehenge.
Goofs. What about like a sundial? I'm going with sundial. But it sounds like maybe there was like a magical one, a huge one in Egypt that...
Nick_Gaming_DK says at FN Goops, no, not Stonehenge. We are doing Egyptian mythology. Fingoofs says Sphinx. Nick_Gaming_DK says your close pedals the object functions as a sundial moot. What it is called is what I want to know.
That's what I was thinking. There's like a big one. I don't know it. Does anyone know a big sundial in Egypt? I think it sounds different than it looks. It sounds like shit. It looks decent. It's nice.
Nick_Gaming_DK says at Jescu_, do you have any guesses? Your Huckleberry says obelisks.
Oh, an obelisk. Dude, I got it or not. He's right, bro. That's a really nice track. That's so cool. But I feel like that black track, as cool as it looks, wouldn't it soak up and like make the sun hotter? Maybe, I don't know, because a white one...
Nick_Gaming_DK says at Dockaladay 2517 ding ding ding, indeed an obelisk. Carved from a single massive block of red granite, obelisks were placed at temple entrances. They weren't just monuments. Their tips were often covered in electrum, a gold-silver alloy, to catch the first rays of the sun, and their shifting shadows functioned as massive sundials for the city. Jessica says, sorry, I'm at work, doing several things at once, lol.
Good shit, Doc.
Nick Gaming _DK says XD.
Let's go, Doc.
Nick Gaming _DK says Automod don't like me to censor job XD. Nick Gaming _DK says at Jescu _ it's alright, focus on JB.
Hey, what's that? How do I get over there?
Liz Gaming says loving the views. If I get out there again, we will have to take a bike. Rollerblade adventure.
Yeah, dude. There's so much over here, dude. It's beautiful.
Nick Gaming _DK says I spend my life in dust and dung, pushing a heavy ball across the burning earth from east to west. Because I create life out of nothing, the pharaohs wear my likeness over their hearts to ensure their own rebirth. What am I?
Like a dung beetle, right? Sir?
Ancient Egyptians observed dung beetles rolling balls of waste and mistakenly believed all scarabs were male and generated life spontaneously. Because the rolling of the ball mirrored the sun's journey across the sky, the scarab became a powerful symbol of Heaven, the god of the rising sun and transformation. Nick Gaming _DK says I am a sea, but I hold no fish. I am a shield, but I am made of dust. I keep the foreign armies out of the fertile valley, but if you enter my borders without water, I will swallow your life. What am I?
Huh? The guitar riffs, right?
Charlie_DK says, Pedals, do you need to re-PR the riddle?
No, I read it. I just didn't read it out loud, and I looked at it. I don't know. Like, it's dust. It's a shield, but it's dust. It's water with no fish, or a sea with no fish. I don't know. You enter its borders without water. That's what's so interesting. It's like, I gotta see what this is.
Charlie Chartoon says the Sahara Desert.
Oh.
Charlie Chartoon says the Sahara Desert at NickGaming_DK. Charlie Chartoon says Egypt. Charlie Chartoon says, you know our friend likes the pyramids. You practice masonry at NickGaming_DK.
That's cool.
Charlie Chartoon says, I like this landscape, the American suburbia.
American suburbia, dude.
NickGaming_DK says that Charlie_Chartoon23 Sahara Desert is part of the geological answer. So ill-taken, it's referred to the red land, the desert, Dishrat. The Egyptians divided their geography into two worlds: Kemet, the fertile black silt of the Nile Valley, and Dishrat, the scorching red sands of the surrounding deserts. While harsh, the deserts were a natural defensive shield that isolated and protected Egypt from invasions for centuries. Charlie Chartoon says, wasn't there this episode of Black Mirror? Awesome show. Charlie Chartoon says about the suburban experience. NickGaming_DK says that Charlie_Chartoon23, if you asked if I practice masonry, no, I don't.
Chat.
Charlie Chartoon says American residential areas are so well organized and built that makes them predictable. Hotbed of psychos, ha ha ha. Charlie Chartoon says that nice sound of the wheels. Chartoon says, where are you from at nickgaming_DK? Nickgaming_DK says at Charlie_Chartoon23. Charlie Chartoon says, oh yes, DK down, not refer to the encyclopedia. It is the abbreviation of Denmark. Charlie Chartoon says the land of Hugh the Third at nickgaming_DK. Called Poor Things. It was like a loose retelling of Frankenstein. I loved it.
Huh. Never heard of that one.
Charlie Chartoon says hydrate should be one of those multipliers. Nickgaming_DK says I am sliced into strips, soaked in water, and beaten flat with a wooden mallet. Once dried under a heavy stone, I can hold the thoughts of a priest, the laws of a vizier, or a poet's love song for 3,000 years. What am I? Charlie Chartoon says we should clock 500 points for hydrate. Charlie Chartoon says here we go again. Nickgaming_DK says but yay, the DK is for Denmark and not stuff like Donkey Kong, which I have a lot of people who think it is XD.
This is such a nice area. These are kind of cookie cutter houses, but they're fucking nice. They're all brand new. These less so. Look at these. Let it out tonight. Let it out.
Charlie Chartoon says wild guess. I was about to say the Book of Gilgamesh, but maybe it is what the book was. Sandrod. Papyrus sir at nickgaming_DK. Nick Gaming _DK says at Charlie _Chartoon 23, so your guess is papyrus? Charlie Chartoon says it seems that my geometry still works.
Oh, let's see what the fuck this is. We allegedly, oh yeah, we did just go over a little rivery thing, a little creek. Dude. Some real out there, out of the way houses, dude. It's cool as shit.
Charlie Chartoon says that's shell of a bike sweaty. It gives you mobility. Save up on gas, sir.
Yeah, there's so much to see around it. Like, I don't even know.
Robo Daddy says a Darling Lady 1970 has watched 1 month, 3 weeks, 2 days, 0 hours, and 45 minutes.
I don't even really know where I am. Where did I come back to?
Nick Gaming _DK says if your guess were papyrus, then at Charlie _Chartoon 23, you are correct. It is indeed papyrus. Made from the pith of the Cyperus papyrus plants that grew abundantly in the Nile Delta, this invention revolutionized record-keeping. The dry climate of Egypt preserved these fragile sheets so perfectly that we can still read the original administrative logs and personal letters today.
Whoa.
Jessica says you really do have so many nice paths and scenery out there. In a concrete jungle here, Lowell.
I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna have so much more. You're gonna see so much more than you think once you get an e-bike. You're gonna go around and you're gonna see all these places
Darling
and
Lady
things.
says
and
yeah,
you're
but
like,
lost
whoa.
in beauty.
Especially if you get an extended battery one. The big thing about this and why we did this is because it's got big honking batteries, and then I put another big honking battery on it. So like, this thing can go so far for so long that I can like take the bike out and like explore crazy region, but it's heavy to be able to do that. If you get a normal e-bike, you can just mount that thing onto a vehicle, onto the truck with a hitch, just like any other bike, and then drive
Charlie
to a
Cartoon
place,
says, I was gonna say it depends
put
on
it
the battery,
down,
huh?
and then just go around. For me, doing that with this is like a real pain in the ass. Yeah, this is like a...
Jessica
This
says
bike's
there are
mounted.
definitely pretty parks and scenery here, but only a couple within reach of even ebike distance.
Right, that's why it's smarter for like the typical person that doesn't have to carry cameras and stream gear. Just get a normal ass bike. Do not get one of these cargo things.
Nick Gaming _DK says I have no teeth to bite, yet I can crush a skull through a bronze helmet. I am shaped like a pear on a stick, held high in the hand of the pharaoh in every temple carving as he smites the enemies of Egypt. What am I? Dignified Detroit says, watch your step.
What's up, Detroit? Speaking up, dude. It's like a scepter or something. All right, let's get like a ding ding. On your left. I'm motherish. I'm motherish. Damn that old car, dude.
Dignified Detroit says cruisin'.
Cruising Detroit. So yeah, get a normal e-bike, be nice and easy to go like 20 miles and then pack her up, put her on the truck and send it down to wherever you want to go and just cruise around that place.
Charlie Tartoon says your guess is close, sweaty kind of. Guess it has a handle of sorts. Nick Gaming _DK says no, not a scepter.
Okay. Fucking hell.
Jessica says, yeah, the bike I'm looking at, I guess, is pretty heavy because I need that extra support, even if I'm not hauling extra shit. You know, so lifting that thing in the car for me is gonna be rough.
I go home, home alone. Oh, dude, I'm close to home because I've been here before. I go home, home alone.
Charlie Tartoon says it has to be some sort of bowl or vase. How's it the shape?
Oh, I don't know.
Charlie Tartoon says the bowl was used to collect the blood of the sacrificed bulls or oxen. Nick Gaming _DK says at Charlie _Tartoon 23, any guesses? And the hint I can give is it's a type of weapon.
It's not like a mace. I don't know what they used in Egyptian weaponry.
Jessica says, but it also seems silly to spend half I would on an e-bike on a manual bike. If it was like a quarter the price, then it might make more sense. But if I'm spending 500 plus on a regular ass bike, I might as well get the e-bike. Maybe my logic is skewed, though lol.
No, it's
Charlie
not.
Tartoon says, guess Sweaty is right.
Get the e-bike no matter what.
Nick Gaming _DK says, ding 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 pedal, you are correct. I heard you say a mace.
Mace, yeah. Hell yeah.
The mace, specifically the disc or pear-shaped stone head fixed to a wooden handle, was the quintessential weapon of Egyptian rulers from the pre-dynastic period onward. The image of the pharaoh smiting the enemy with a raised mace became the ultimate propaganda symbol of royal power and the maintenance of cosmic order.
Hell yeah.
Charlie Chartoon says White House is a figure of the White Temple in ancient Egypt, DC, was designed according to an Egyptian necropolis.
Oh. I didn't know that.
Chartoon says the first one to erect an obelisk, phallic symbol, was a woman pharaoh Hatshepsut. Nick_Gaming_DK says I am born from the fire of the kilns and shaped by the hands of potters. I carry the water of the Nile to the fields, and the sweet beer to the festival feast. But if you drop me, I break into 1,000 pieces and am cast out into the dust. What am I?
I guess, like, what do they call the, shit. I just almost ate shit. I can see, like, the old, or not photos, but like the representation of the Egyptian women carrying water from the Nile on their heads with those hot water pumps.
Charlie Chartoon says I don't remember many specific names of artifacts.
Bro, we're definitely gonna need a clip of this. Also, there is a geocache we never quite got on this bridge. Should we go after it?
Charlie Chartoon says weed? Oh, I mean pot.
Unkle Daddy says Charlie_Chartoon 23 for the screenshot.
That's for the screenshot. Howdy. They might be geocaching. Bruh. How sick is this?
Charlie Chartoon says that bridge is awesome, just had a déjà vu. Wasn't that mother and the stroller there yesterday too?
We passed this bridge yesterday. We actually, this is pretty close to
Nick_DK
my
says
house.
very big hint. What did they use to carry the water on their heads?
Right, it was like those clay pots, right? But I just don't know the name of them.
Charlie
Oh, and
Chartoon
then they
says
had-
Das ist Kranksagen wir in Deutschland. It's insane.
Do they have like a
Unkle Daddy says
basket under the
Twitch.tv.
pot, too?
Jessica says
that-
that was awesome.
Hell yeah. And by the way, I don't know. So we do have a exclamation point clip 60 as well for longer clips. Like if we do something longer from now on, just so that's a new feature on here. What other new features? I need to,
Charlie Chartoon says you're a heinous sweaty. That's correct.
just,
Nick_Gaming_DK says ding 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 claypot /jar or amphora.
for
Charlie Chartoon says genius.
Oh, damn. I thought that was a little generic. I would have said that a long time ago. That's why I was like, I
Nick
can
Gaming
see them.
DK says clay pottery was the plastic of the ancient world. They used it for storing everything from grain to wine. Thousands of broken pottery shards, ostraca, still litter ancient Egyptian archaeological sites today.
That's cool.
Charlie Chartoon says you have a great visual memory, Sweaty. Nick Gaming _DK says I have no teeth, yet I swallow the sun hole every evening. I have no legs, yet I crawl across the desert sands, wrapping the grandest palaces and the
Horizon.
poorest mud brick homes in the exact same blanket of silence. What am I?
The horizon.
Banana Nutcam says, what a nice day.
Yo!
I love hearing the birds.
Robo Daddy says
Cam, what's up,
Twitch.tv.
baby?
Charlie Chartoon says that bike buzzing sound is similar to a male bee. That's a drone.
Oh, that. That's the freewheel or free gear. So what is it called?
Nick Gaming _DK says, what was the guess? I zoned out real quick.
Clay pot? Wait, did you? Oh, wait, no, you said a whole. Oh, the horizon. I said the horizon.
Charlie Chartoon says it's awesome.
Cam,
I love
it's
the
good to
sound.
see you, bro.
Jessica says Sweaty said the horizon.
Dude,
Nick
butterfly.
Gaming _DK says horizon is not the answer.
I might head home because I'm hungry. It's nice to fast. I haven't eaten yet today, and I've been, you know, decently pseudo-exercising. And on top of all that, this is a really nice path. This is where the sprinkler happened. Oh, and I want to make TikToks, including the sprinkler one.
Charlie Chartoon says God Seth. Always Ameliasaurus says at Nick Gaming _DK. What was it again? Charlie Chartoon says the moon or the night. Nick Gaming _DK says at Charlie _Chartoon 23 ding 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 the night was the answer.
The night. Ah, nice.
Nick Gaming _DK says, in Egyptian myth, Nut was the sky goddess whose body arched over the earth. Every evening, she was said to swallow the sun god Ra, causing night to fall, and every morning she gave birth to him anew. Lornis World says, I loved your rainbow bow video.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. So this, look at that, we're not losing it, baby. We still got connectivity. Right here.
Charlie Chartoon says, yes, my favorite god, nut, or pronounced newt.
Newt. Right here,
Justin
there was
Brett's
the sprinkler
8428
problem.
says, I gotta go to work. I hope everyone has a
Jay
great day.
Brett, have a good day, dude. Much love, man. Newt.
Charlie Chartoon says, D's newts. Lol.
These newts, huh? Gotta these newts.
Nick Gaming _DK says, I have no face, but I can show you yours. I have no voice, but if you look at me, I will tell you if you are a pharaoh or a beggar. I do not use silver glass, but a plate of highly polished copper. What am I?
Mirror? Well, highly polished copper. Is it? There's like trays? Something that's reflective, obviously.
Always Ameliasaurus says that Nick Gaming _DK, a bronze or copper mirror.
Copper mirror. Never heard of it. It's kind of cool.
Charlie Chartoon says mirror. Nick Gaming _DK.
I'm
says,
a
ding,
live
ding,
streamer.
Ding, yes,
Oh, okay, that's cool, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. What's your stream?
Sweaty Pedals on all platforms.
Okay, sweet. I'll check you out.
Nice to meet you.
Cheers.
They were usually shaped like the sun disk and associated with Hathor, the goddess of beauty.
Oh. Is that Eliana right? Copper mirror?
Charlie Chartoon says organic followers. That a beauty to me, yeah? Hell yeah.
We love this like sunset pond.
Charlie Chartoon says hell yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
Jessica says Sweaty on his way to becoming a local celebrity like the spaghetti man we have here, lol.
Spaghetti man? Dude, I want spaghetti man. Hungry.
Nick Gaming _DK says time for next riddle.
Alright, hit us with it, dude.
I live in the reeds along the riverbank, sitting quietly in my web. I am small, but my image was chosen as the sacred symbol for Nath, the ancient goddess of war and weaving, who wove the entire world into existence on her loom. What am I?
Whoa.
Charlie Chartoon says last one. Here we go.
Huh. Live in the reeds.
Always Ameliasaurus says a spider.
Whoa, spiders live in the reeds? Creepy.
Darling lady, says Moss.
Moss. Okay. Do a little ding.
Nick Gaming _DK says at always _Emiliosaurus ding ding ding. You are correct. A spider it is.
Spider.
Nath was one of Egypt's oldest deities, associated with both hunting/war and weaving. Her high priests were called the Weavers, and her ancient symbol was often linked to the spider's ability to create intricate
weaving,
structures from
right.
nothing. Charlie Chartoon says spider yes. Lorna's World says that was the best advice you gave us when you suggested that we all have a place to watch the sunset and one to watch the sunrise.
Yeah.
Charlie
I have
Chartoon
two
says
so
Peter
close to
Parker.
my home, and it's so nice. I was this close to being out for the sunrise earlier, but I was like, you know, I need to get the right amount of sleep, and that felt right. I do feel good. I'm sad I missed a sunrise, but
Nick Gaming _DK says I am a metal that never rusts, never tarnishes, and never decays. The priests call me the literal flesh of the gods. I am melted down to cover the tips of obelisks and beaten flat to cover the faces of dead kings, so they will look beautiful forever. What am I?
it's gotta be brass.
Charlie
You
Chartoon
said,
says that spot
or
is
copper.
creamy.
No, it was
wonder
copper.
Dahlia loved it.
Right? Because you were saying, yeah, this is a great spot. You were saying the obelisk was covered with, I thought you said copper earlier, but yeah, we gotta go copper. Does brass is a composite, so it's gotta be copper.
Robo Daddy says Darling Lady 1970 took a screenshot.
Nick Gaming _DK says not copper or brass.
What?
Always Emiliosaurus says at Nick Gaming _DK gold.
Oh. Oh.
Jessica says Spaghetti Man is a local Metro Detroit legend, famous for his energetic, eccentric dance moves and unique suit jacket at summer festivals and outdoor concerts.
Oh.
Nick Gaming _DK says at always Emiliosaurus ding 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 gold is
Good
the
job,
answer.
Emiliana.
Gold didn't corrupt or tarnish over time. The Egyptians believed it possessed divine immortality. They referred to it as the flesh of the sun god Ra, which is why royal burial masks, like King Tut's, were made of solid gold.
Is it a dinosaur? That's a dinosaur.
Nick Gaming _DK says we are brothers born from the same woven reeds or leather hide. We spend our entire lives beneath your feet, trampled into the burning desert sand. Yet we protect you from the sting of the scorpion and the heat of the earth. What are we?
Sandals? Moccasins? Clogs? I don't know what Egyptian leather sandals were. Wait a minute.
Nick Gaming _DK says ding 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 sandals indeed. While many working class Egyptians went barefoot in their daily lives, woven papyrus or leather sandals were essential gear for traveling across the scorching desert. Rich citizens and royals wore highly decorated versions, and King Tut was even buried with gold sandals.
Hell yeah, dude. Dude, I want to know more about King Tut. Like, I hear a lot about the Tut, dude. What's up? Some Tut knowledge. Is that Tutankhamun? I honestly did very much enjoy like Egyptian stuff. The names, the hieroglyphics, the art. It's very intriguing.
Nick Gaming _DK says I'm a BRB toilet calls and then ill returned with more riddles.
Alright, cool. Let's ride along riddles with Nick Gaming DKK. Riddle Ride. The Riddle Rider.
Charlie Chartoon says this lurker is lurking sweaty.
Thanks, Charlie. Oh, we're working, dude. We're working. My first battery is almost dead. I'm trying not to use the second one if I can help it. Let's try. I never realized there was a path there. Ugh.
Nick Gaming _DK says, and OFCI returned to 3 minutes of ads.
Sorry, Nick. Maybe someone will appreciate
Nick
your
Gaming _DK says, but
your
yes,
riddles,
King Tut
dude.
is Tutankhamun.
Tutankhamun. Okay. I'll gift you a sub, maybe. Definitely stick around a bunch, dude, because I've never used these bathrooms. I'm gonna go use them. Cut the BRB.
NickGaming_DK says ADS are gone. Yes.
All right. Let's see if we make it home, chat. Oh, I gotta pull this off. What's up, man? Like the dreads.
Thank you. Like your curls, man.
Thanks, bro. Look at that pub, dude. So red. Oh, shoot. All right, send it again, dude.
I am lined across your eyes with a small stick, making you look like a sacred cat. I do not just make you beautiful. I steal the blinding glare of the sun god Ra so your eyes can see clearly.
Eyeliner?
What am I?
Well, what do they use for eyeliner, do you think? Soot? Or maybe ash? because I walked away with the phone.
Nick Gaming _DK says, well, you're correct with eyeliner. What they used back then was called kohl.
Oh, kohl, okay.
Or vanity. Jessica says, gonna go work out in the sunroom. Gotta unplug all my shit. BRB.
Nice. Enjoy the sun. Alright, let's see if we got enough battery to get up these hills or if I gotta turn on the other one.
Nick Gaming _DK says, I am a crescent moon made of wood and flint, held in the hand of a peasant. I do not strike down soldiers in battle, but I cut down the golden fields of wheat and barley to fill the granaries of the
Scythe.
What am I?
Come on, baby. Oh, I turned it down.
Nick Gaming underscore DK says not a sign.
Fuck. I thought that's what those were called.
Nick Gaming underscore DK says not in this instance at least.
Sickle. The sickle. Come on, baby. Making it work, baby. That was a bug.
Nick Gaming underscore DK says ding 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 a sickle. Agriculture was the backbone of Egypt's wealth. Before bronze became common, farmers used wooden sickles embedded with sharp, jagged pieces of flint along the inner curve to cleanly slice through the stalks of grain during the harvest season.
Robo Daddy says sweaty pedals activated privacy screen.
Whew. So just for reference, this was one battery and it's like pretty much dead right now. But one battery got us pretty far.
Pixie Tail says hello, Sweaty. And try. I
Tails,
wish you a safe and
hello.
enjoyable biking adventure.
Thank
Fun with
you.
face emoji. T to any visitors.
hope you're doing
Please feel
well.
free to tap the like to help spread this kind community Sweaty has to offer. Bus emoji, bicycle emoji, joystick emoji, tilde, beating heart emoji.
Heck yeah. Thank you, Tails.
Nick Gaming underscore DK
We're
says I
actually
am made
just
of
getting
carved
home
wood,
right now.
stone, or smooth alabaster. I am shaped like a crescent moon sitting on top of a pillar. I am completely hard and unyielding. Yet every night, the wealthiest citizens rest their heads upon me to sleep. What am I?
Whoa. A pillar? A wood pillow or something? I don't know what kind of pillows they have.
Pixie Tail says absolutely love that rainbow shirt he makes fun. Sweaty Pedals says privacy screen is currently enabled. Sweaty will be back with you shortly.
Over and over again.
Nick Gaming underscore DK says, are you saying pillow or pillow? I can't hold.
I said pillow. But I was making a joke that like the pillar pillow or whatever. But yeah, I'm saying like, were there pillows made of that shit back then? Oh.
Instead of soft pillows, ancient Egyptians used curved headrests to sleep. They supported the back of the neck, keeping the head elevated. This kept them cool by allowing airflow underneath, protected their elaborate, expensive hairstyles from being ruined overnight, and kept bugs away from their faces.
Robo Daddy says sweaty pedals deactivated privacy screen.
Thank you for that subscription.
Pixie Tail says, trains, red heart emoji, and Emiliana, beating heart emoji, virtual hug.
Virtual hugs, real love. Tails, you're the bomb. Good to see you. I know we just got back, so. So I forgot the iPhone stand. Be right back.
Nick Gaming _DK says I am a plant with a hollow stalk that grows taller than a man in the marshy delta. If you weave me, I become a boat. If you
Bamboo?
smash me, I become paper. If you twist my fibers, I become a rope to pull giant stones. I am the symbol of Lower Egypt itself. What am I?
Was it bamboo? What do they have down there?
Nick Gaming _DK says not bamboo. Mr. Air says papyrus.
Oh yeah, papyrus. We've said it a bunch of times. Let's go, Mr. Ari. Good shit. We're just not talking about papyrus. I gotta learn more about what that is and it's like Egypt
Nick Gaming
bamboo.
_DK says that Mr. Airy correct papyrus XD. While papyrus is most famous for its use as a writing surface, it was arguably the most versatile raw material in Egypt. Because the stalks are incredibly buoyant, the common people tightly bound them together to make lightweight fishing skiffs and riverboats to navigate the Nile. Mr. Airy says I was just passing through. I have a lot of chores still to do. Have a nice day, everyone.
Thanks, dude, and
David
thanks
Rowe
for the
123
resub
says, hey,
overnight.
how are you?
Doing well, David. How are you? Welcome in. Just transferring back from a bike ride. I'm gonna eat something.
Nick Gaming _DK says that's what 25 riddles done today. XD, shall we do more?
Sure. I think chat likes him. I like him. You guys like him, chat?
Nick Gaming _DK says, I have a human face, but I do not breathe. I look out at the world with eyes made of obsidian and quartz, never blinking, never crying. I am placed over a dead man's face, so that when he wakes up in the next life, the spirits will recognize him as a radiant god. What am I?
Ooh, what are the names
Pixie
of their
Tails says, I gotta
masks?
do a doggy walk, but wanted to pop in. So much
All right,
love.
Tails.
Me
Much
pop back
love.
soon. If not here, purple side.
Sounds
Purple
good.
heart emoji, red heart emoji, bless you.
Thank you. Oh shit, mac and cheese recall.
Pixie Tail says, smiley face emoji, heart hands emoji. Always Ameliasaurus says at Nick Gaming _DK sounds like a mummy mask. I could be wrong.
Robo Daddy. Robo Daddy. Food.
Yes.
Robo Daddy says as you wish. What Daddy? Food.
Nick Gaming _DK says it always Ameliasaurus ding 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 a mummy mask indeed, or can also be called a death mask. To the Egyptians, a person's identity, the Ren, and their physical form had to be preserved for eternity. If a mummy's face is damaged, a beautifully idealized death mask, like the famous golden mask of Subathon, served as a perfect substitute, so the soul, the bar, could find its body. Always Ameliasaurus says at Nick Gaming _DK, and that's what it's called.
It's cool. Learning a lot, hearing a lot about this.
Nick Gaming _DK says riddles are fun, people learn from it, XD.
Yeah, dude. Do you do gaming? Do you stream? Do you do this stuff like on your stream? With the riddles and stuff?
Nick Gaming _DK says I grow in the hot sand, but my head is full of sweet water and sticky fruit. Soldiers carry my dried
Cactus.
riches into battle for energy, and my heavy leaves are woven into roofs to block out the midday sun. What am I?
Robo Daddy says G-Man 1811 redeemed licks.
G-Man.
Jessica says I feel like a fraud making this kid get off his video games. Cody Gaming Nation says hi, sweaty. In back.
Welcome back, Cody. That's funny.
Bacanada.
Nick Gaming _DK says, no, I don't do this stuff on my streams. Usually I just game and talk. If people are there, much more fun to be here with people to do with XD. Cody Gaming Nation says, what you eating? Mayo with taco shell?
This is an egg wrap. A little thin egg white wrap. Turkey. Slices of turkey.
Lorna's
A little
World
bit of
says at
cheese.
nickgaming_DK, despite all my off-subject comments, I really appreciate all the information you added to the chat today. Thank you.
And then mayo, specifically garlic mayo and mustard. Oh shit, there was way more cheese in there than I thought.
nickgaming_DK says at Lorna's World, you're welcome. Lorna's World says you have garlic mayonnaise.
It's really good. I don't know, I'm not really the biggest garlic guy either lately. When I was younger, I was, but not anymore, but it slaps.
nickgaming_DK says, and to answer the guess if it was a cactus, no, it's not a cactus. Pegacorn Hero says I have a whipped garlic veggie dip that is in my fridge currently. It is sunflower oil based.
Ooh. Garlic veggie dip. That sounds good.
Jessica says we ate all the turkey I bought already. Joys of living with other neurodivergent people, you can't gauge when or if something is going to get eaten or how fast. nickgaming_DK says at Jescu_, that's true.
Very. Everyone got stuck on your turkey. What does it want me to do? You know what, if I'm doing this shit anyway, I'm going with the guy.
Pegacorn Hero says at Jescu_, this.
Moving out. Throwing in my turkey.
Jessica says shit people don't talk. About man, it's rough.
Alright, get ready.
nickgaming_DK says Ima resends the riddle I grow in the hot sand, but my head is full of sweet water and sticky fruit. Soldiers carry my dried riches into battle for energy, and my heavy leaves are woven into roots to block out the midday sun. What am I? Jessica says it is one of my biggest stresses, lol. Lawrence World says palm dates?
Ooh, that's right. The dates are out there. We just learned about dates. And that they're out there in the deserts in Africa. Feeds it.
Pegacorn Hero says I live in a household of 6 adults and 1 kid. Everyone is either ADHD or autistic. Grocery shopping is a nightmare.
Oh no. No.
NickGaming_DK says at Lorna's World, well, the riddle were primarily Abu the trees, but still ding ding ding, you are correct. A date palm tree. Date palms were incredibly precious in the arid climate of Egypt. Beyond providing shade and building materials, dates were one of the primary sweeteners used in baking and brewing, as cane sugar did not exist in ancient Egypt. Jessica says you buy 2 packs of crackers and cheese and peanut butter, and before you even get to them, they gone.
Time to buy 3 packs, I guess. Hang on.
Jessica says Lamau.
Dude, it's been so long since I've shared food like that with someone.
Cody Gaming Nation says, damn, I forgot to buy orange juice today, damn.
Double damn, dude. Dang.
NickGaming_DK says I am a wall covered in birds, eyes, reeds, and snakes. I do not speak aloud, but if you know my secret code, I will tell you the grand victories of the pharaoh or the magical spells needed to pass the demons of the underworld. What am I? Pegacorn Hero says at Jescu_. This is why I have a mini fridge that everyone stays out of or asks to go into. Pegacorn Hero says hieroglyphics. NickGaming_DK says at Pegacorn Hero, ding ding ding, indeed hieroglyphs. The Egyptians called their writing system Metadu Necha, meaning words of the gods. It wasn't just an alphabet. They believed the symbols themselves held magical properties. For example, in certain tombs, dangerous hieroglyphic animals like scorpions or lions were deliberately drawn cut in half or missing legs so they couldn't come to life and harm the deceased.
I have a wok. Why did I use this? Stir fry.
NickGaming_DK says I am made of leather and wood, flying across the desert floor on 2 large circles. I carry no cargo except for 2 men. One to hold the reins of charging horses, and one to rain arrows down upon the enemies of the kingdom. What am I?
Chariot.
Welcome.
Village 52 says you should make law.
Like what, Lauren? What's up?
Unkle Daddy says title has been set too. How about some food? Join the TPS Madness.
Thank you.
Voices. Dono Tracker. Subathon Day 1268. 18 plus.
Ziggy, set timer for 90 seconds.
Megacorn Hero says what Sweaty said. Uick Village 52 says the Thai dish called blob.
I've never heard of it. What is it? Ziggy, set timer for 40...
Nick Gaming _ DK says what
actually, set timer for 60 seconds. 65 seconds. Ziggy. Absolute worst.
Megacorn Hero says cheery. Nick Gaming _ DK says indeed chariots, or more exactly war chariots.
Oh, yeah.
Introduced to Egypt by the invading Hyksos people, the Egyptians perfected the chariot, making it incredibly lightweight and fast. It acted like ancient mobile artillery, allowing archers to shoot at high speeds while remaining difficult for enemy infantry to hit.
Lauren, what's in that dish? It's called law, you said?
Referber Steve says sweaty.
Referber Steve. Welcome back, dude.
Megacorn Hero says, did you know that Freya of the Norse god's chariot was pulled by 2 cats that her son Thor gifted her?
No. No. Cats? Meow.
Megacorn Hero says cat. Referber Steve says what you're making for lunch.
That's a stir fry.
Nick Gaming _ DK says that Megacorn Hero might have heard about it. Referber Steve says, wait, you are making cats? Nick Gaming _ DK says I am an animal that roams the dark cemeteries at night, crying out to the moon. Because I walk among the tombs, the people chose my black, pointed head to represent the great god Anubis, who guides souls to the scales of judgment. What am I?
Doberman?
Referber Steve says, oh, I read that wrong. Never mind. Megacorn Hero says jackal.
Jackal. Are jackals real? Stop there.
Darling Lady says stir-fry dishes are amazing.
I like stir fry.
Pegacorn Hero says jackals are real. Jackalopes are not.
Is it a rabbit? Food shot.
Nick Gaming _DK says indeed a jackal. Jackals naturally scavenged around the shallow graves of early Egyptian cemeteries. Instead of just viewing them as pests, the Egyptians elevated the jackal into a divine protector of the dead. Anubis is traditionally painted pitch.
My bad. Pitch black, not because the real jackals are black, but because black symbolizes the fertile soil of the Nile and the concept of rebirth. Oh, we're going to be doing dishes here today.
Nick Gaming _DK says that's what? 30 riddles done today so far. Googoop says hi.
Welcome back, Goops.
Nick Gaming _DK says a very educational day today, but still a fun day XD.
Yeah, it's been a good one. Oh, my body is kind of torched.
Nick Gaming _DK says let's do some more riddling.
All right, riddle it up. Dude, that's really good. Kind of sweet.
Nick Gaming _DK says I wander through the grand palaces and temple kitchens on 4 quiet paws. The priests love me because I hunt the furry thieves who steal the sacred grain. But the common people worship me as a living piece of Bastet, the goddess of home and protection. What am I?
Cat.
Pegacorn Hero says cat. Nick Gaming _DK says indeed cat. Domestic cats, Miu, were cherished family members and sacred animals in Egypt. Harming one, even by accident, could carry a death sentence. When a household cat died, the family members would shave off their eyebrows as a sign of deep mourning.
Whoa.
Cody Gaming Nation says everyone keeps calling me today. I'm so annoyed over it, Lamau. Cody Gaming Nation says it's one call after another call. I swear I'm going to hit reject on the next call, lol.
Damn, dude.
Nick Gaming _DK says I am a heavy box carved from a single chunk of solid
Sarcophagus.
stone. I have no windows and no doors. Yet I am built to be a permanent palace for a resting king, keeping his body safe from tomb robbers and moisture for thousands of years. What am I? Melissa 420 Honeybee says, hey sweaty, how's it going?
Melissa.
Cody Gaming Nation says, hope you're doing well.
Going great. How are you?
Nick Gaming _DK says, yay, a sarcophagus. The word sarcophagus comes from a Greek term meaning flesh eater, but to the Egyptians, it was called Neb Ankh, meaning Lord of Life. They were often covered in intricate carvings of protective goddesses like Isis and Nephthys, wrapping the deceased in a stone embrace. Melissa 420 Honeybee says I'm doing alright beside a slight headache, about to make lunch soon too. What are you having?
This is just a stir fry.
Cody Gaming Nation says I'm doing good. Just trying to get used to this warm weather, not the hot weather what I've been dealing with. Melissa 420 Honeybee says, I was thinking stir fry. Maybe I love stir fry.
Yeah, it's really good. It's like a little sweet.
Nick Gaming _DK says I spent my days lounging beneath the muddy waters of the Nile, showing only my eyes and ears. I look fat and slow, but my jaws can snap a wooden boat in half. The pharaohs hunt me for sport to prove their courage, yet pregnant mothers pray to my likeness for protection. What am I?
Snapping turtle? Oh, wait, right? What are they? Anaconda?
Nick Gaming _DK says not a turtle.
Alligator or croc? Would it be a crocodile over there? I feel like that was an important thing over there. Yeah.
Melissa 420 Honeybee says alligator.
Crocodile.
Nick Gaming _DK says not an alligator. Melissa 420 Honeybee says ooh hippo.
Yeah, you're right, Melissa.
Pegacorn Harrow says hippo.
Pegacorn. You guys are right.
Nick Gaming _DK says ding 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 a hippopotamus. Nick Gaming underscore DK says the male hippo was seen as a chaotic, destructive force associated with Set, the god of storms. However, the female hippo was worshipped as Taweret, a protective goddess of childbirth and fertility, because mother hippos are fiercely protective of their young. Melissa 420 Honeybee says those things are strong and aggressive lol. Nick Gaming underscore DK says that Melissa 420 Honeybee and pretty fast in the water if I remember right. Melissa 420 Honeybee says yay, they are fast too apparently. Nick Gaming underscore DK says I am a simple piece of curved wood, thrown by the hand of a hunter into the thick papyrus marshes. I have no wings, but I fly through the air to strike down ducks and wild birds for the cooking pot, before returning through the sky to my master's hand. What am I? Melissa 420 Honeybee says people underestimate large animals a lot, can move pretty fast despite their size.
Curved wood. Yeah, it sounds like a boomerang. I didn't know that would be a...
Pega Cornhero says hawk. Melissa 420 Honeybee says ever seen a cowherd run? Lol, they run fast and make the ground shake. Darling Lady says boomerang. Canadian Mountain Man says I'm getting discharged today and get to see my rugrat in a couple hours. Melissa 420
Let's
Honeybee
go, Canadian
says
Mountain
boomerang.
Man.
Nick Gaming underscore DK says
Let's
ding
go,
ding ding, throw
Chad,
stick,
we got
Egyptian
it.
boomerang.
We're good. We're good, Vibe Tribe.
Nick Gaming underscore DK says throw sticks were incredibly popular for hunting fowl in the Nile marshes. Many tomb paintings show noblemen standing on reed boats, launching these curved wooden weapons into clouds of flushing birds to bring them down. Canadian Mountain Man says I need sweaty on a bigger monitor, not the same on the iPad. Lorna's World says at CDN Mountain Man, I'm so glad you get to go home and have the coffee of your choice. Nick Gaming underscore DK says at CDN Mountain Man, I have sweaty on a 27-inch monitor only at 1080p cause Twitch won't allow 1440p, so I could utilize the quality to the max XD. Darling Lady says at Seaton Mountainman, good to hear you're going home.
Let's get there, Rain. Look, we just got here in Minnesota with bits and butts.
Canadian Mountain Man says THX at Lornis World, going to make some pistachio Coffin Creek when I get home. Nick Gaming _DK says no ADS.
With bits here in Minnesota. Look, we just got it.
See ya in a minute and 30.
Alright.
Canadian Mountain Man says at Nick Gaming _DK, he's taken residence on my monitor for 3.5 years.
Well, I'm about to take residence in my bed for about an hour. I ate. That's a mistake. My body lets me know every time. Oh, you think you could just eat and be okay? Nah, dog. Nah.
Canadian Mountain Man says day fucking 10 fuck that Cody Riff's guy doing this to me. Nick Gaming _DK says at CDN Mountain Man he haven't occupied mine for that long, about a year I think is on and off. But whenever I'm here as of late in the friendly neighborhood Riddler XD. And ads ended. Canadian Mountain Man says at Nick Gaming _DK, yeah, he does that. I wonder if I can get him to replace it when it dies lol. Nick Gaming _DK says I am not made of silver, gold, or precious gems, but rather stiff cloth and felt. I am actually two objects merged into one, a tall white cone sitting inside a flat red chair. When the Pharaoh wears me, it proves he rules both the Delta and the Valley. What am I? Canadian Mountain Man says can't blame a guy for trying to.
My sister lost 150 pounds, dude.
I'm doing my part. Welcome.
Potentially famished says how's it going sweaty?
Famished, what's up? Going well, how are you?
Jessica says, couldn't see shit out there, but I soaked up some sun. Felt nice. Canadian Mountain Man says I would guess the headdress at nickgaming_DK. Potentially Famished says sipping on some coffee. Jessica says glad to hear you're going home at Seeding Mountain Man. Potentially Famished says getting ready to do some math HW.
Math homework.
Canadian Mountain Man says THX at Jescu_. They are drawing up the paperwork now. Potentially Famished says, yeah, I'm a little bit of a math nerd.
Are you?
Nickgaming_DK says at CDN Mountain Man, but what headdress specificity? Cutie Kitty says CTRLPH, 1 cat heart.
What's up?
Nickgaming_DK says at potentially famished, can you donate a cup of coffee? XD. Canadian Mountain Man says at nickgaming_DK, not that much of a nerd. Potentially famished says at nickgaming_DK, I got ya. Nickgaming_DK says at potentially famished, thanks. Nickgaming_DK says at sweaty petals, shall I just say the answer?
Can you repeat the one more time? Because I didn't hear it, to be honest.
Nickgaming_DK says I am not made of silver, gold, or precious gems, but rather stiff cloth and felt. I am actually two objects merged into one, a tall white cone sitting inside a flat red chair. When the pharaoh wears me, it proves he rules both the delta and the valley. What am I? Canadian Mountain Man says if I have paid attention to the Egyptian podcast my other half had on, I might know which one lol.
I can see they, I don't know. I don't know the name.
Nickgaming_DK says the Skent, the double crown of Egypt. Egypt was originally two separate kingdoms. Upper Egypt, the southern river valley, represented by the white crown, Hedjet, and Lower Egypt, the northern Nile Delta, represented by the red crown, Dishret. When the kingdoms unified, the pharaohs combined them into the double crown to show total absolute rule over the unified land.
I've never heard of that one.
Nick Gaming underscore DK says I am a single white feather plucked from the wing of an ostrich. I have no weight in your hand, yet I am heavy enough to break a wicked man's soul. I sit on one side of a golden scale, while a dead king's heart sits on the other. What am I? Jessica says, all right, seems I am just going to do little to nothing at work today, so I'm going to take my lunch break and read my book and maybe close my eyes for a few. I'll catch y'all later.
Weighed against the heart to see if you have, you know, burdens like of sin. I remember that part, but I don't know. Catch you later, Jessica. I'm probably gonna do the same. And then I gotta do a bunch of work for Uncle Daddy and otherwise. So.
Nick Gaming underscore DK says any guesses?
I said quill, but not besides that.
Nick Gaming underscore DK says no, not a quill. Nick Gaming underscore DK says the feather of Mahat. Mahat was the goddess of truth, cosmic order, and justice. In the underworld, your heart had to be as light as her feather to pass into paradise. If your heart was heavy with bad deeds, it meant you lacked balance, and you were denied the afterlife. Nick Gaming underscore DK says I am born in the dark mud under the water, carrying a shield on my back. I am slow on land, but a fast swimmer. The temple priests look at me and see a sacred symbol of the god Nun and the primeval waters of creation. What am I?
Welcome.
Hi underscore potential says at Nick Gaming underscore DK Turtle.
What's up, high potential? I gotta stop looking at things I can't afford.
Nick Gaming underscore DK says at high underscore potential ding 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 a Nile turtle. The soft-shelled turtles of the Nile were common but held a double-edged meaning. They were eaten as food and their shells were used as medicine shields. But because they lived in the dark depths of the river, they were also sometimes viewed as creatures of the chaotic underworld. Nick Gaming underscore DK says I have no body, but I can fly on the wings of a hawk. I have a human head, but I am not a living man. Every morning I leave the dark tomb to fly out into the sunshine to see the living world, but every evening I must return to my mummy's side or I will fade away forever. What am I?
I have no idea.
Nick Gaming underscore DK says, just to be clear petals, it's not mummy as in mom, but as in dead buried person.
Yeah. I believe you. I didn't for 1 second think that. That's actually hilarious, dude. I love that. Thank you for clearing that up, Nick. Ziggy, off. Ziggy, off. I wonder.
Nick Gaming underscore DK says IDDA if air looking at chat, but TTS can make it sound as in it's meant mom XD.
We don't really say that in America. I mean, not like I've never heard it. It's more like I actually have a TTS voice called Dommy Mummy, which is why I thought that was so funny, because I was like, oh, it sounds like mummy. But it's supposed to be a play off Dommy Mommy. But it's a British accent. That's why it's called Dommy Mummy.
Nick Gaming _DK says, but any guesses?
No.
Nick Gaming _DK says, the ba, the soul. The Egyptians believed the human soul had different parts. The ba was your unique personality or spirit. Tomb paintings often depict the ba as a bird with a human face flying down the tomb shaft to reunite with the physical body.
Okay. Now you're getting into some stuff I've never heard of.
Nick Gaming _DK says, I guess it would be a good time to let the riddles rest for a bit so the mind can be recharged.
Yeah, I'm using my brain to think, and I think I've figured out something. I'm thinking about a better way to mount my Starlink. As well as my cam. One second, chat. Everybody, my name is Sweaty Pedals. I'm the second longest Twitch subathon of all time. 24 hours a day streaming at over 3 years. I travel, I show people awesome places, I get to hang out with amazing people just like Tony. And Tony has let us stay at his place for this week, which is super cool. I'm in his car.
How far are you from Little Star?
18 minutes. I may or may not have already put it into the GPS.
Bryson Alt 12 says you have to compete with Emily CC.
I mean, I don't have to compete, but I suppose it is inherently like a competition. It's not. What's interesting is it's not like I could. It's not like a race, right? Where you could run real fast and catch up. Like if she keeps going, I'll never catch up. So essentially, we're like. What's it called when you work? When you do the same job as someone else? It has a cool name that smart people use. But I can't think of it. Because brain no worky.
Robo Daddy says thanks for the follow. Real Dorina.
Real
Todoni says
Dorina?
30 minutes to cook a deep dish. SDG420 says the sunlight hitting the underside of the bridge is cool.
Dude, do you want to, if you call them up and just put in the order, I could just tell them Joey, and then I'll pay for it when I get there. Just put in the order for whatever. I'll be there in 17 minutes. I can hang out for a little bit. Unless you think I should do something different. Come back and we go together or something. Thank y'all for the follows.
Tony says I can call it in call me Little Star.
Yeah, that's where I'm heading. So, yeah, I do like fitness inspiration. I also eat some pizzas, but I have been calorie restricted.
C5 Otter says yes.
Lost a bunch of weight recently.
What model is that?
I don't know. You gotta ask Tony. It's a sweet car, though. I like it. I'll take it. It was really cool of you to let me use this thing, dude. I filled up the, it said low pressure, like halfway through the ride though, low tire pressure. So I got out and looked at it. I did not get the ability to fill them, but maybe